friends, and welcome back to a new video from me. Today we have a new review. I'm really excited about this one. So from Colourpop, I have their brand new Sweet Cheeks palettes. I am going to demo them for you in this video. I am also going to share some swatches. I have the two lightest quads, so I'm going to be sharing how they look on my skin tone in particular. I don't have all of them, but I'm going to pop some pictures up for you and I'll chat a bit about the formula. So if you do want to see how they perform, the packaging, a little bit about these lighter colors, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so Colourpop did send these over to me. They did send me the two lightest quads that they have available. These are their brand new Sweet Cheek palettes. These are coming to you guys on April 29th. They will be available on the Colourpop website at 10 a.m. PST, so that is when you can grab these. I don't have a price point on them. I didn't see anything in the little card they sent over, and I don't see anything on their website yet on price-wise. If I were to guess though, I'd say they'd be like $9.99. That would be my guess if I was guessing, but I'm not exactly sure on the price on these. But I do demo them for you, and I can tell you just like from looking at myself on the monitor here, I think these look beautiful on the face. I'm really excited to have these in my collection. I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of them. So let's talk a bit about what they are, the formula, and what you guys think about this, because I'm really excited about these myself. So these are their brand new cheek palettes. So they come in actually 5 different quads. So 5 different versions of this. There are some deeper versions, which is great. They did send over, like I said, the 2 lightest ones to the collection. I myself have a more fair to medium skin tone, so these actually worked out perfectly for me. You guys will see in the demo that I actually was able to use both of them. So here is the first one I have. This one here is Sugar Frosted. So the packaging on these are the same as their new little quads that they have that are eyeshadow palette. So I want to do like a size comparison so you guys can see. So these are the new quads that came out recently. This one is Cream Soda. It's actually what I have on my eyes right now. I've been loving these. These are great. But here is a comparison, whoops, so you guys can see size-wise. So it is quite a bit bigger, but it's that same packaging. You have the same like Colourpop there on the front. It's a clear packaging. I am a sucker for clear packaging. I've mentioned this so many times on my channel. This headband doesn't want to stay up, but clear packaging is like where my heart is. I love being able to see my products. So for me, this is like my ideal packaging. I love their cheek products. I've mentioned before, but their blushes are really great, and also I love their highlighting formula. It has the Super Shock formula in here, which is one of my favorite highlights in general. So I was really excited about these, and I don't think the pans are too small. I know I saw in some of like the comments on Trendmood, a few people were worried about the sizes of these like being too small. I don't think they're too small at all. This is actually the same size as my Dior Backstage palette, and brushes fit in here really easily. Just to give you guys like an example, like this is a big dual fiber brush, and you can fit this in here just perfectly. So I don't think you'll have any issue with your brushes fitting in here. I think it's actually the perfect size, and I think pan wise you're getting just enough product of everything, so that is nice as well. So the formula, like I said, you have a Super Shock cheek in here, and then each one of them is going to have a satin blush as well as 2 matte blushes. So this quad in particular is the Sugar Frosted. I am going to swatch it for you, but they do have the names here on the back so you can see what is inside of the palette. So I'm gonna just show you guys a quick swatch of this one, and then I'll also show you the other palette that I do have. The formula of these is like very similar to their typical formula as far as like applying them on the face. I found them very similar to their pressed blushes if you're used to those, or their satin blushes. So here is the swatch. I did swatch a little bit sheer. I can kind of run over it again for you guys if you want to see like a deeper swatch here. But I think they are more of a buildable formula. I've noticed that with actually all of their cheek products, I feel like. So here's a swatch so you guys can better see. So you have the highlights. This shade right here is going to be the satin, and then you have the 2 matte shades. So again, I know I said like it's pretty sheer, but on the face, these were definitely pretty pigmented. I would say that this one actually, it was a little bit more pigmented on my skin tone in particular. This one here is called the Extra Glazed Palette, and I just noticed this one had a little bit more of a punch to it. But both of them I thought showed up really nicely. So I'm going to swatch this one for you now so you can see. This one is actually the one I was eyeing the most. I was actually going to grab one of these if they didn't send them over to me. So this is the one that I was wanting to grab. So here are the swatches there. The first one just has more of like an apricot, and this one's just like more of a true pink, which is what I love in my blushes. So the Extra Glaze, so the second shade is going to be your satin again, and then you have your 2 mattes there on the end. As far as the formula difference, in the highlights, I feel like this one is a little bit more pinky, and then this one is a little bit more champagne in there. I don't have the other ones to compare to, so I'm not sure as far as like the other shades. It looks like there are 3 other deeper options. So one's more of like an apricot, I would say like a true like orangey palette, and then you have 2 other deeper options. I can put some pictures up on the screen so you guys can see what the other ones look like, but I like that they did 5 different palettes. I feel like that's really nice that there'll be hopefully shades for everyone. I know obviously we're gonna probably want more still, like we're gonna want them to come out with, you know, more color options, but I think for a first like launch with these, I think 5 was a good number to go with as far as cheek products. And I really like this kind of like way that they're going. I could see them doing these in like bronzers, maybe like bronzers with a highlight I think would be really nice. But I was kind of saying when I was applying these that I feel like blush was the way to go. Blush is such like the thing right now. I feel like everyone is using blushes. I really think blushes like made a big comeback. So I think it makes sense that the quads that they did are blushes, because I think a lot of people are, you know, using a lot of blush, and I know me myself, I've been like obsessed with it. So I actually use multiple blushes when I do use blush, so I feel like having them all in one compact is really going to be helpful. Out of the 2, I definitely liked this one a lot more, just on me in particular. Just I love pinks, so I feel like that's why I liked it better. But this one also was really nice. I liked the more nude shades as well. So both of them performed really nicely. I am going to get into the application. I didn't have any cons when it came to formula wise. I thought they both performed really nicely, and I don't know, I think this is a good launch. I was pretty excited about it. You guys will have to let me know down below if you were excited about it, but let's go ahead and get into the demo portion. Okay, I've got you guys all zoomed up. I got a lot of feedback in my last lip swatch video. I did a lip swatch of the new Power Bullet Cream Lipsticks from Huda Beauty, and I cannot tell you how many comments were like loving the zoomed up. So I'm gonna try to do that more with my reviews, just so you guys can see the products closer up and really get a feel for them. So I have you pretty zoomed up. Hopefully you can see my face really well. And we're gonna go in with the quads. I have 2 different quads to share with you. We have Sugar Frosted, and then we also have Extra Glaze. So I'm gonna be using both of these on my face. Sugar Frosted, I think I'm gonna use more as like bronzer, as though these are blush shades. I think I'm gonna try to kind of bronze with them. And then I'm also going to go in with the other palette and really use this one to like blush with. So I think first I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is the deepest one. This one is called Truffle. And I'm going to kind of sweep that on my cheeks as if I were using it as a bronzing shade. So this one is the matte formula. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start really high up. This is something I've been doing lately with my blushes. I've kind of just been starting like real high up on the cheekbone and really just emphasizing like right here. And I'm gonna do that with this shade in particular first, because I kind of want to give a little bit of dimension right here. I'm not gonna bring it down too far. I kind of stop like right here and bring that up. And then I'm also gonna bring it, I have like this little curl. I don't know what's happening here, but my hair, the postpartum hair loss is like real. I have all these baby hairs that are growing in. But I'm gonna bring this up here on my forehead a little bit as well. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of use it as a bronzer shade. Formula wise, seems really nice. There's no shimmer in this one whatsoever, like it's very matte. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So again, working this really high up there. The brush that I'm using is from the Gigi Gorgeous collab with Ipsy. This is just her blush brush, but I know a lot of brushes are similar to this. I think Colourpop even has one like this. It's my favorite for applying blushes. So definitely a little goes a long way with this. Very pigmented. I only dipped once so far on this side, and you can see like definitely has a lot of color payoff. So looks really good so far. I'm gonna grab a little bit more and just apply it, like I said, to the forehead here. I think if you have medium skin tone, this quad would be great for you, because I think you can use it, like I said, more as a bronzer. Although it has like a pink shift to it, it's gonna match really nicely with the other like apricot shades in here. I think it's gonna look really, really nice. So pulling those in, we've got that. I'm even gonna add a smidge of this also to the sides of my nose. Do a little bit of that right here. So there's that. So that's the first color. And then I'm gonna go in to this one here, also in this the same quad. This is the Sugar Frosted. We're gonna use Cookie Crumble. On the same brush, I'm gonna bring this shade in the same area, kind of mix it with the first one. This one is a matte as well, but it kind of just lightened it just a smidge, just to kind of help blend it. But like I said, I've been really into kind of doing my blush like so high up, but I feel like it really kind of pulls the face. I almost like mix it to my eyeshadows a lot of days, but instead of it being like way down here, I feel like it really kind of like elongates the face, which I love. Okay, so that's going to be it for this quad. I'm going to come back into the highlight in a second, but I really want to show the pinky blushes in the other one and try those out. So we're going to go into the extra glazed right now. This is kind of where I want to like really amp it up. So for this, I'm going to go into this deepest shade just to see what it looks like. Yeah, okay, that one's definitely pigmented. I think if I were to choose a quad like for myself, like if I was picking, I didn't get these sent to me, this is the one I was looking at on their website that I wanted for my skin tone in particular, because I think this one will be the most flattering on me and I'll get the most use out of it, but that shade is so pretty. Okay, so that one that I just went in with was the shade Swirled, and it's the deepest one in the palette. So again, I'm kind of just going to show you each one of the shades the best I can. Just putting that on right over top. This one has a little bit more of a pink hue to it than the last one had more of like an orangey terracotta shade. So this one's going to be more of like your true pink quad. So there's that. Very pretty. I feel like this on its own would look really nice. Just put a little bit of it like on the nose even. But we're going to amp it up. We're going to go even more. So now I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is Strawberry Strudel. And we're going to go into this, another matte. So I'm going to show you the satin, this one here in just a second. But we're going to pop this one, and we're going to focus this one just on the apples right here. I feel like blush has been something that a lot of people have been getting into lately. So I think this was a good release from Colourpop. I think it definitely makes sense to them. I can see them doing a lot more of these quads because I feel like blush is just like all the rage right now. I know with myself, I've been like obsessed with it, and I know a lot of people who are. So I'm going to take a little bit of the same shade and drag it across my nose. Something I've been doing lately is kind of working it right up in here and kind of giving me like that little sunburnt moment. I just feel like it looks so natural on the face. Like, I don't know, something about just like not bronzing and just using blush, I feel like looks so pretty. I've been doing this a bunch lately. I haven't even been using bronzer, and I just feel like it looks so nice on my skin. So now I want to try out the satin formula with you guys. So we're going to go into Smoke and Whistles, or no, that's the highlight. This is Pink Velvet here. So we're going to pop a little bit of this same thing. I'm going to really focus it just here on the apples and kind of start to swing it back. Bring a little bit of this on my forehead just to tie everything in. But yeah, I really like this, this quad. I think I'm going to reach for it a lot because I have been using multiple blushes when I've been doing my blush. So I think that this just like makes sense for me. I even put a little bit on my chin just for fun. But do you see how smooth that looks? So this one was the satin formula, the one I just used, but it doesn't look like texturized or anything. My pores, you can see them, but they're not like overly intense. I actually didn't use any primer today. I was doing my eyeshadow in my living room with my son because I wanted to be like ahead so that I could film this review when he napped, but I don't have any primer on actually, and I feel like my skin looks really nice. It doesn't look like overly texturized or anything like that. I think the blush looks really natural. Now let's try out the highlights and we'll see kind of what we think of this. So this is supposed to be the Super Shock formula, so I'm excited about that. It's actually my favorite formula from Colourpop. So this is Smoke and Whistles. We're going to try out both. This one actually seems a little bit, yeah, a little bit deeper in this one than the other one. This one actually seems lighter, which I'm surprised because this quad right here to me seems deeper than this. So I'm actually surprised that these weren't like switched, but we'll try it out. So we're going to go into Smoke and Whistles. It seems more of like a champagne. Maybe not. Okay, that is pretty bright. I was thinking it was more of like a champagne shade, but I don't think it is. So honestly, highlight is something I skip most days, I will be honest, but when I do use it, I use it very sparingly. It's very light. So I'm going to use it just right up in here. Apply a little bit right over here. I try not to bring it down too far so like it doesn't emphasize my pores and everything right here. I do like applying it on my nose. That looks really nice. It's very wet. One of my favorite formulas for sure in highlights. And then I'm going to try it on the other side. We're going to try this one on the Sugar Frosted. And I'll show you guys this highlight here on this side. We'll see, kind of compare the two. So this one actually to me, I actually think the first one maybe has like more of a pinky hint. Maybe that's the difference. This one actually looks more golden. They're both really pretty. And I both think they complement the blushes really well. So this one's almost more just like gold, as you can see, and this one has a more icy look to it. So I do think they actually did this well, because I was thinking this one was more deeper, but I don't think so. I think this is the deeper of the two. Loving the way my skin is looking. I feel like this looks So good. I love the packaging too. I feel like it's just so nice. There's something about clear packaging that gets me every time, but something about being able to see in the quad too, I think really helps like me reach for something more, if that makes sense. So, okay. Here's that. I'm gonna actually apply a lip really quick. I'm gonna do it with you on camera so you guys can see the new Huda Beauty Glow Lipsticks like I was talking about. I'm gonna use it with her lip liners. These are really, really creamy, really nice. So the shade that I have here is Honey Beige. And I'm quickly just gonna line my lips with this. The formula again on this, very creamy, really easy to apply. I always overline my lips just a tad in the bottom. I'm gonna keep it more natural on the top. So as you can see, it's just really creamy, easy to apply, like I said. And then I'm gonna go in with one of the Glow Lipsticks. Been loving this formula. So this one here is in the shade Empress. And I'm just gonna work this onto my lips. I love the contrast of these two. I feel like the combination of like the darker lip liner with the lighter nude looks so pretty. So this one is, I believe it's one of the browns from her collection. But yeah, I just think it pairs really well with this eye look and a nice contrast there, and I just thought I would show you that. If you're interested in this review, you guys can check it out on my channel as well. But let me zoom you back out so we can get into our final thoughts on the new Colourpop quads. Okay, zoomed you back out here. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on these new cheek palettes from Colourpop. I am very curious to see your opinions on these. What do you think? Are you excited about them? Did they bore you? I kind of want to know what you guys are thinking. Are you planning on grabbing one? As soon as they are live, I will have them linked down in the description box, but as of right now, they are available on the 29th, but if you are watching this after that, check the description box. I'll have the links down there for you. Also, I have all of the rest of my makeup on my face linked down there, so thank you guys again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe before you head out. I would love to see you in future videos, and I'll see you next time.